and the late night food is
Well,
not agreeing with
would
you.
you go get White Castle with Harold and Kumar?
I wouldn't go as far as that, but like
We are live.
it's that aspect of like you're not all the way there. You're just
Like Jack in the Box, where you couldn't decide what the fuck you wanted to eat.
oh yeah.
So you got like 4 tacos, a couple of egg rolls, cheese fries, and
Oh, dude, you know what I really miss? Being able to get cheese curds.
oh
Like on the
fuck
regular.
yes,
Because like being yeah, some
oh
Culver's,
Culver.
doing stuff like that. Cheese curds were amazing. All right, well,
We're live.
yay! I'm Jacob.
I'm Michael. Amy's around here someplace.
Yeah, I'm not on camera
She's
today.
not on
Thank
camera
you.
tonight.
Everyone can thank you later.
Exactly.
And that's because the What the Fuck podcast has gone through and said, hey,
We don't know enough about these fuckers.
well, we really don't care to talk about the statewide right now.
Eh,
And the reason why is because either A, we don't know enough about these fuckers, or we don't have the energy level to talk about these fuckers.
if you couldn't tell, we're dragging a little bit today.
Yeah, just a little bit.
It is Memorial Day weekend.
Yeah.
No,
Hey, remember
not a
Memorial
yay.
Day? Do not. Yeah.
It's not a
Do not
happy.
get it mistaken.
Yeah,
Remember Memorial Day.
or
So-
Decoration Day.
What?
Decoration Day.
Decoration Day.
That's what it started as.
Okay.
No, the ribbons.
Okay.
Back in the 1860s.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. Memorial Day weekend. We also have it for any of you guys who are into the international music scene. We have BTS in Las Vegas.
The fuck is BTS?
It's a Korean pop group.
Do we have like?
We have a resident Korean over there.
Is there like a pill for that or cream or what? If you have
No.
BTS,
Toxic shock. No, it is a very, very popular band for any of those who were like
like K-pop Demon Hunter or what?
Yeah.
Yes.
exactly. So like K-pop Demon Hunter would not have been a thing if BTS
hadn't
as
happened
well as
first.
other ones hadn't.
Is this
not.
like Blackpink or?
No.
That's
Well,
a different one. That's because isn't Blackpink
Blackpink is
a girl band?
well, yes, Blackpink is a girl band,
Yes.
but I also think that they do baby metal. No, which one is the one who does baby metal? Baby metal does baby metal. That makes sense.
This is why
That-
we
that
have a
would
Korean
be-
at our disposal.
But
we
it's one
have
of
a
those things-
rooftop just for you, Joe.
we are going to be experiencing high amounts of traffic, as well as I put it to one of my friends, there's a high probability of a bunch of like
Weirdos and
Asians.
cat ears.
No,
Yeah,
not the
well.
Asians. Yes, weirdo and cat ears as well.
Cat ears isn't wrong.
Yeah, they're already camped out at the stadium.
Yeah.
For a lot of people, this is their pilgrimage. I know that there are several individuals out here in Pahrump that that are like, oh my god! Like, you remember the boy band craze back in the 90s where you were like, why
How
are
can I
people
forget?
Yeah, I remember my first New Kids concert.
I was
They're
talking
not
more
so
the
new anymore.
90s,
And
not
they're
the-
not kids.
Hey, it was
So,
the 90s. It
I
was early 90s,
I
and that is
understand.
what.
I was talking about the
caused-
later ones, the NSYNC, the Backstreet Boys, because that craze like literally
But
passed. And
What are you gonna start finger banging?
well, we're gonna have a bunch of people sitting there doing that.
So,
So that is a little bit of my forecast for
okay.
local, due to the factor of if you're trying to do anything on the strip, good luck. They're already camping out, as we've heard. I guess the doors open at like 5 or 6, and then they turn around. The show doesn't start until 8 o'clock.
Of course.
So
That's past my bedtime. You may want to cut that, Amy.
Thanks, babe.
Speaking of that,
What are we smoking?
we are smoking the 250 by CAO.
Okay.
It's their 250 America.
Okay.
It is a celebration of the 250th anniversary of the founding of this country
Oh, nice.
and of American tobacco.
Ah.
This is an American Toro,
Mm.
which you will not find anywhere else that I'm aware of. So it's an American wrapper over an American binder over an American filler. All American. American.
America, fuck yeah.
and it's a unique barber pole. So it's got Connecticut's, it's got the broadleaf, it's got a whole bunch of good stuff.
Oh, nice.
Available and price point on it. Oh my God, it's reasonable.
Like $10.
$10
Wow.
for a great cigar.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that hits right in my frugal, cheap
Yes.
bar. Well,
A
okay.
frugal cheap bar. So
Something
like the
frugal.
Hideaway.
Anyone who goes through knows that it's like, all right, when you're lighting 4th of July fireworks, okay, is not the best time to be smoking a phenomenal cigar if you're going to take a puff and then use that as the punk. Okay? Okay, because I'm not wanting to ruin a cigar with the fuse little.
And all of a sudden you have
do all that.
chemicals all over your cigar.
Yeah. But at that point in time, this would be the cigar that I pick up immediately after to celebrate and be like, America. America.
America.
Awesome. Looks like a box press.
Yep, soft box press. Real nice and flavorful. Mellow-ish, but not so mellow you don't taste it.
This has a really nice cap to it.
It does. DAO does a great product.
You have to understand, I've literally seen some where it's like a balding man. Where all
Hey.
Like the two
No. Not bald. I mean balding.
Oh,
where they're trying to cover.
For example, the cap on some cigars I have seen looks like a tilted forward yarmulke on the cigar. Okay? Then there's other ones where they actually have a full cap. This one actually goes down so it looks like a Grim Reaper's cowboy hat. I mean, it goes full length down.
Yeah.
That is a good, solid
nice.
So it's like that 70s era bowl cut your parents would give you.
What are you saying about balding men with the best? I'm not balding, but I hear from balding men.
Yeah, when I like that due to the factor of I punch, and when you punch and it's a small cap, then all of a sudden it's like you're playing with one of those what was it, the Frogger half balls where you push it down and you're just waiting while you smoke it for it to go, and you're like, put that in the mouth. Oh shit, the cap fell off. So, yeah.
So we got some interesting shiznit locally.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll let you lead off because I got stuff to say. Because we haven't said nothing for like a week.
A week and a half because we've been saying something about candidates.
Well, I mean, we've had to talk about candidates and everything else. I've been seeing.
Well, we'll be talking about candidates again. So
yeah, we'll be talking about candidates about that. Big one for me is the dumping fee. Public hearing got rescheduled.
They dumped the dumping fee to a different dump.
To after the election?
To after the election, so that they can be dumped after the dumping fee dumps.
Yeah, because it was initially Tuesday, May 19th, but the agenda did not include the hearing, and now it's pushed further back to June 18th. So, yeah.
And remember to crowd the chambers on June 2nd if you want to maintain your dang old voice in voting for public officials.
Yeah, there's been a lot of that, of call to action in Nye County, in Pahrump, between school boards.
The nepotism bullshit in the school board? We'll talk about that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because I'm actually withdrawing an endorsement.
And it's becoming a lot of your elected officials and things of that nature, then all of a sudden turn around and being like, hey, we're just going to do whatever we want. So the public needs to be seen and heard. So, yeah, there's a big call to the public to be there so that way these individuals cannot get away with whatever they want.
Well, they will.
By closing doors. I did find out, what was it? 500 limitation for coming into those things a lot of times.
Oh, the limit.
80.
The capacity of the room.
Wow.
Yeah.
So let's talk about a few things on that front.
Okay.
Let's talk about the school board tank first.
All right.
So they presented two options, option A and option B, and neither were good.
So
they were bad.
They were both cutting teachers.
They were both cutting teachers.
Yeah.
To which the public said, no. So we had a 6-1 vote against both.
Okay.
And this is where I start to withdraw my endorsement of somebody.
Ooh.
because one of my endorsed candidates sits on the school board.
Okay.
His brother is the stupid intendant who wants a pay raise.
Who had a pay raise already.
Who had a pay raise already. The individual failed to recuse themselves on these votes to give his brother a pay raise. His wife now wants to get on the school board to replace him.
It's not me. It's not me. Is that what it is?
Yeah, pretty
Shuffle
much.
It's the shuffle game.
But
The
this
name's familiar, but it's not the same person. But it's same, but different.
my problem is that this individual failed to recuse themselves on a clear ethics violation of nepotism, wants to be a district judge now. And
So it's an ethics.
it's an ethics problem. If he had recused himself, I would have had no issue.
Even if he disagreed with the public.
Even if he disagreed with the public, that's his prerogative.
Choice.
But failing to recuse shows a lack of personal, moral, and ethical standing. And my opposition to Fiore is a lack of moral and ethical standing. To be moral and ethical myself, I need to be consistent.
Yeah.
So, unfortunately, I'm withdrawing my endorsement of Nathan Gent.
Okay.
Yeah.
Gent interviewed very well on the show. He answered a lot of good questions, but has shown a lack of character here.
So I believe in that race we will not have an endorsed candidate.
No. At this point, there will be no
We're going
endorsed
to
candidate
choose not to.
Because this for Justice of the Peace?
No.
No, this is one
for
of the district court
District court.
judges.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's an unfortunateness, because I was very...
That's one of the big things that we talked about in this running was it's not just corruption, it's nepotism.
Which is a form of corruption.
Corruption. Like you know, we have seen where somebody embezzles money from a fund that they're not supposed to touch and then gets put into federal charges and then
Gets convicted.
And then, hey, before the final hearing, all of a sudden, hey, by the way, I got vindicated.
I got pardoned.
I got pardoned.
Pardoned is not vindicated. It is simply that you are exempt from the punishment.
Oh, okay. I'm glad you clarified that. You know, so it's not even a slap on the wrist. It's more like a wave goodbye.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I'd like to wave goodbye.
I'd like to wave goodbye to her as well.
Go
find another county to bamboozle. After you bamboozled Clark, and now you bamboozled Nye, go find another county.
Which was really funny because upon doing research for the state, her name kept on popping up. And it was like, oh, it's like she's really tried to be in the government, but failed to be in the government.
And like Bill Hochstetler?
You know.
Or Jim Rashant? Or Danny Harkanian?
I
want to do something in the government. What is it? Screw it up.
Get paid by it?
Yeah.
Hang on. As a hardcore libertarian and a former government employee, I did my damnedest to screw up a lot of government things by being as inefficient as humanly possible.
And you did get paid by the government.
To preserve individuals' liberties.
Okay. So you're saying when the government was trying to overstep it stepped their reach, you were like, oh, I misplaced this documentation.
Kind of like that. Kind of like the Nick Offerman character on Parks and Rec.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. You are definitely the counterpart to my Leslie Knope.
Yeah.
Because I'm the type A, super planny.
Yeah,
so we got that going.
That sucks.
I'm
going
to say one last thing before you leave the school board stuff. I want to give a shout out to our friend Chelsea Fisher.
Oh, geez.
From what I understand, she did a great job at that meeting making arguments on behalf
of the populace,
the teachers.
Not all the school board is bad.
Yeah. So, Chelsea, I want to say great job last week. I am very proud of you.
Absolutely. Chelsea is an absolute bulldog when it comes to parents and teachers.
Well, we've literally on this show talked about how our middle school and high school, there's only one, and then all of a sudden we're sitting there like, okay, cool, But we have, what, 4 or 5?
4 elementaries that I'm aware of, I
Well,
think.
I thought
Or
we
is
also
there
have the charter school that's
Uh-huh.
picking up too. So
And
that
we
would
have the Christian Academy.
so we
which
have
only goes K8, yeah.
we have all of these things, and then all of a sudden it's supposed to funnel into
One
the
high
middle school and the high school, which is 1 and 1, and we're just going, really?
You know,
Mhm.
one of the interesting things is looking at a demographically equivalent school district, Elko. Elko has 2.
I thought it was 3, but either way.
Well, they have the primary and
Oh,
then
you're talking about the
2
schools,
assistants.
yes.
Okay.
Administrative trivia for their school board.
Okay.
And they have roughly the same number of students we have.
Okay. How many do we have?
10.
Mhm. And I mean, we have
Clark County has 11.
What the fuck?
Yeah. Clark
What?
County has almost 1 million students.
Yeah.
Mhm.
We don't even
We
have
don't
a
even have
million people.
100,000 residents.
Yeah, exactly. We don't even have 10% of that in residency here. So clearly there is a top heaviness in this situation.
Yeah.
And that finance director.
Oh, and the CFO?
Yeah,
The
one
CFO?
that's pulling in almost 200 grand, I want to say,
Uh-huh.
and clearly can't finance his way out of a paperback.
Kind of like the BOCC?
But not the library board.
Yeah, let's talk about that one next.
Oh shit.
Excuse me. So, the great ruin jewel of the Commonwealth, our library,
Okay.
which is well managed, well run, and well taken care of. I'm patting myself on the
He's
back.
heard
a
it
little.
himself, patting himself on the back.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Makes sense.
Just finished a major renovation. We're doing some big work. We're considering another annex out in the back. You know why? Because we have financially managed that library appropriately.
Yeah, because all of a sudden you looked at cost expenditures and saw that, hey, this is not helping the greater populace. It's helping like 3 people. And then you're like, so we're paying X amount of dollars for something that's only benefiting 3 people.
Uh-huh.
Why are we doing this?
Exactly.
And then you're like, hey, cut.
So I want to highlight something we're doing.
Okay.
And we'll talk about a problem. Well, one of the highlights is, did you know y'all don't have to pay for Ancestry.com?
Really?
Because the library has a commercial account.
Oh, wow.
And you can go in and use our library computers
Okay.
to do your ancestry research.
That's
I
interesting.
didn't know that
As long
until
as you
today.
have
Because
a library card.
I think Ancestry.com for that, I think it's like a $40 a month.
Yes, it's a
pricey.
considerable charge.
Going through and doing that, and for a lot of people nowadays, they're wanting to research that.
Uh-huh.
Sometimes it's because of, mom and dad split eons ago.
Uh-huh.
Something either happened to mom, something happened to dad, where they never got to know them, but they can try to research some history about where they come from, their people, and things of that nature.
Or, with the SAVE Act, you may need to figure out where your birth certificate's at.
Oh, yeah.
But Ancestry has that.
Okay.
You
And this
figure
is
out
the
what county
full-
you were born in.
Exactly. This is the full unfettered access.
If you don't happen to know exactly which county you were born in, you can find it.
Yeah.
So we have that going. Now, the problem that we're running into is the library is funded by NRS mandate of a portion of property taxes
Okay.
for the public library in each county. Our lovely folks at the BOCC
Are you serious?
see my $5 million.
Not yours.
In
Not
reserve.
yours. Not yours.
The libraries.
The library.
It is being
Reserve
managed
fund.
by me at this point.
Okay.
The $5 million that I manage in library trust.
Yep.
As a way of paying for things.
Well, yeah, you're paying for things such as the renovation, such as the
Well,
internet service
and
at the
the-
library,
At power.
such as the power, such as
security.
the security guard
We now
going through
yeah.
and doing that due to the factor of you had encroachment of undesirables, ne'er-do-wells, as well as we don't want a place of intellectual enrichment to turn into a target position.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. So they may be looking at my funds, the funds I manage, to help offset They're dead.
Then you should be able to go in and immediately go through and be like, hey, show me 100% of your financials where you spent money, where you went through and did that, and the entire town, the entire county, as well as the entire state should be able to come back and be like, oh, cool, conviction, 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 here you go for if you embezzled something. If you went through
Had a willful ethics violation and appointed your boyfriend.
ethics violation.
Appointed your boyfriend, the county manager.
Where you did that, you know, hey, there's all those points, and it's like, cool. Then at that point in time, we should be able to, if they knowingly, willingly violated their sworn oath, to be able to just do what they do in the military. Hey, we're going to take
Article
this much from you. And, we're going to take this other portion from you, and good luck. Bye-bye.
Yeah.
So
they're looking at forcing a loan from the library. And
forcing a loan.
A loan?
I wonder where we've heard this before.
Social Security?
Oh, yeah, it was Social Security. We're going to borrow from Social Security. That's something that this other thing. And then years later being like, oh, we might have to close down the Social Security
because we borrowed too much
because
against
it's going
insolvent.
It's going bad.
You don't know how that happened.
Did you pay it back yet? No. Did you pay it back with interest? No. But you were sure and hell quick, fast to borrow from it.
So we've got that on the front, which is unfortunate.
I always say don't lend money to someone if you expect to get it back.
Yeah.
If you expect to get it back, at that point in time,
no.
You're going to get
governments don't give it back.
No.
You have to take it back. Or they have to raise funds, and then under threat of duress, they're going to
take it back
then
from
they're
somebody,
like,
whether
oh, okay, my bad.
Or, yeah.
But then they try to sit there and they're like, well, in today's modern era, the library isn't important. I was like, really? In today's modern era? It's like, I remember going through and doing research from there due to the factor of one of the big advertisement things was what? Don't believe everything you read on the on the internet.
The other
don't believe everything. I almost said don't believe everything you hear from the government.
That too. That is sage advice. But one of the other things our library offers, we do have things that are tremendously out of print, that are old, that are unique, that you're not going to find in a digitized source.
Oh, yeah.
We have access to what are called interlibrary loans, where we can get original documents for you.
You know what I really enjoyed doing when I was a kid? Was going through the microfilm of newspapers.
Mm-hmm.
These are things that you cannot find. And like being able to research, like, hey, one of the places that I took my wife when I first met her, our first
You
date.
went to the library?
No.
Graveyard?
No. Is no longer open. So, like, if you try to do a Google search for it, guess what? It's not there.
Oh.
But I could easily go back to an archive of newspapers for that to do it. But guess what? I couldn't find an archive online at all. So
it doesn't exist.
You have an audience question on your screen.
I have an audience question.
We can't see it.
You can't see it.
I don't have my glasses.
Oh, there it is. Does the library have typewriters?
I don't think so.
My daughter has one.
Unfortunately.
I mean, like, the only step up would be like, does the library have word processors? And I mean the old school 3-line green screen.
Yeah.
So that way you could edit it before you went up.
Oh yeah. So in case you made that typo, you didn't have to use the paper.
But we do offer
hated that stuff.
Printing, copying, faxing, and notary service.
That's nice. That becomes more and more important nowadays for the notary.
Yeah.
Due to the factor of then you have that background to go through and do that. I also appreciate that because then I know I can go to the library to get that, because some of the notary individuals are kind of hard to find, and that's your second. That'd be like the eyewitness in this. I can no longer locate. Like, shit. So
We also have the legal kiosk and the tax forms.
nice.
Not that you need tax forms right now, but they're available.
Well, depends. I mean, you don't need personal tax forms, but there's other types
Business
of
tax,
taxes that
okay.
happen different
Okay,
schedules.
so we got that going. I want to highlight something that old Frankie over at our old buddy Frankie,
Okay.
from KPFB 98.1, local radio.
Okay.
That man's been tearing it. He's on a tear. He's on an anti-corruption tear.
All right.
Absolute anti-corruption tear. Well, he uncovered something very interesting in dealing with one of our elected officials.
Ooh. Okay.
Frank has been inundating.
Did he find a baggie?
No, that's 14
No,
grams.
that's a different elected
Oh,
official.
okay.
Different elected official.
Allegedly.
But it appears, and read the report on the KPFB website or the KPFB Facebook page.
Mm-hmm.
But it appears that our current DA is pushing to limit access and and increase response times to Freedom of Information Act
Oh.
type requests.
Drag your heels, do this type of stuff. So like
Redact
the
more
inverse
information.
of what
yeah.
you were trying to do.
Uh-huh.
Because you were trying to limit the government's persecution of people, and it seems like this is the withhold and of information for the people.
For me, it's kind of interesting because the things Frank is digging at is local corruption. But they are doing the damnedest to keep him from finding anything.
Or to at least delay it.
Or to at least delay it until after the election cycle.
Yeah. Well, I could say this. I could understand delaying it until after the election cycle, so that way you can have the person get duly elected because the people don't know, and if you're going to put them up for federal charges.
Well, here's my
wait. No, that already happened.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Because they tried to delay that, and then all of a sudden but the information was there for the people to know about. It's just the problem is that there was certain parties that were withholding key evidence of that, such as Governor Lombardo literally directly contributing to that, and then being like,
"Where's the money going?
Where's the money?" Yeah.
So that's going on. So at least what Frank has uncovered, and I don't have anything more substantial than what he's posted, and if it's true, it's pretty damning.
Oh, yeah.
That not only is Brian trying to delay against the statute, he is actually looking at lobbying state lawmakers in order to obstruct further and delay and remove people's access to this kind of information.
Wow.
That is not the open transparency we need out of that office.
Yeah, no.
And
once again, I can understand if there's an ongoing investigation going on into that for them to go after this person for violence.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, you don't need that shared because all of a sudden you're narrowing it down.
You're interfering with the case. Yeah, exactly.
Interfere with the case.
Then the appropriate answer from the DA's office or to that FOIA request is that there is an ongoing investigation and we're not releasing it at this time.
Mm-hmm.
Not simply not responding or lobbying the state to change the law to protect you.
To change what categories of things can and cannot be disclosed.
It reeks of cover-up. And one must remember, it was not a third-rate burglary that brought down the Nixon administration. It was the cover-up. Deleted Agnew.
Wasn't it his own tapes, too?
Yeah.
Yeah, his own tapes, because I want to hear everything. And then all of a sudden be like, oh, by the way, we heard everything.
Agnew, get the tapes. So we have that.
I just realized, you know how there's this big push nationally for police officers to have body cams?
Yes.
I agree with you.
Imagine being like, hey, I'm sorry. Anytime that you're talking as a politician, this automatically kicks on. I don't care. I was like, I know today's modern era, like, there's always somebody listening. But,
which I feel bad for my personal FBI agent.
You think it's FBI, NSA,
All of the
CIA.
above. All of the above.
Secret Service? I know you secretly service yourself, but I mean,
ATF.
oh, ATF.
Oh,
He works at a cigar lounge.
Okay, yeah,
ATF.
that makes sense.
open a convenience store, boys.
So, yeah, but yeah, I just thought about that. Like, it clicks on and just like, all right, here you go. You are this elected official.
So, when they decide to do something like this, I've been here for the last 30 years. How's your dick feel?
Italy. Dustin. That did not feel comfortable.
Sorry.
Yeah, dude, you kind of
You want some lube?
there.
You want some lube?
No, I don't want
Because
any.
you're not going to get any.
I don't want any
Because oil
more from
prices
you.
is impacting the price of lube.
What?
Yes, the price of lube is going up.
If you're using petroleum-based products for
As
that,
that.
you're doing it wrong.
Just saying.
Okay?
No, I don't want to talk about that kind of lube. Let's talk about your oil change. Not changing your oil, not checking your oil, but getting your oil changed in your vehicle.
Okay. Yeah, I was hearing rumors about that, where certain places were actually, or certain car companies were actually trying to stock up before the massive jump in that, because that could do a huge deficit to them.
Right, absolutely.
Oh yeah.
So,
If I'm Jiffy Lube, I'm definitely planning
Stocking the fuck up.
yeah,
Figure
well,
that out ahead
the
of
problem
time,
is then you're going to see a lot of people face a lot more financial hardship that they don't know is coming.
Mm-hmm.
When all of a sudden it used to be $30 for a quick oil
And
change,
Now it's
like
60.
70.
and then
yeah.
all of a sudden you see it jump up to $60,
So they're going
$90.
they're going to delay an oil change, which means that
Other problems.
other problems are going to crop up.
I've also heard about certain car companies going through and putting it in about, here is yellow line for your oil change, here is red line
Yes.
for your oil change. So saying, hey, you can skip every other.
Yeah.
Recommended versus required.
Recommended versus required. But that's
Yeah.
where I've gone through and talked to some people, and they're like elderly people who literally drive less than 100 miles in a month.
Mm-hmm.
Okay?
Yes.
And there's oil technicians out there that are really going, Grandma, you don't need to change it every 3 months.
Because you're not going anywhere.
You're not going anywhere.
You're not.
Like, I literally just drained your oil, and it still looks new. I mean, it'd be like using a toothbrush and then just immediately throwing it away. Like,
Yeah.
you used it
Single use.
one time, and it's like, all right.
It's dirty now.
Yeah.
Okay. You got anything else in Lincoln?
No.
Okay. So,
VFW is holding some Memorial Day events.
okay.
They have two
some
events that are
services,
going
that type of
through.
thing?
Yep.
Very good.
So,
And hey, just throwing it out there for my folks that are still with us. I know this time of year is hard. If you're having a rough time this weekend, talk to somebody, get some help. I don't want to run a PA call for you.
yeah, definitely.
And then there's the other reason why we're kind of on standby right now. 'Cause I have that sitting out there right now. I have no details. I have no information past the fact that there is a current working homicide in Amargosa Valley.
Now, did you heard that through scanners? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we haven't been officially dispatched through the
There's
public
been
administrator's
no
office yet.
official dispatch. It'll be hours before we go.
I hate this because Mike does this to me all the time. I will get a
Stand
call.
by to stand
I will
by.
get a text message that's like, "Hey, stand by," and I'm like, "I feel like I need to put on my pants to go."
Well-
and he goes, "Oh no, this is like the standby to stand by. We haven't gotten anything official yet." And then all of a sudden, I'm like, "Well, I'm out of bed."
Well, the standby notification there is, don't crack the next beer,
Okay.
kind of thing. You know.
Not really a beer drinker.
Exactly.
So.
So did you crack your next beer? Good. Perfect. So that's out there floating. So we got some regional stuff that I wanted to hit. I did want to pay tribute to my driver, the guy I've been following for years. Kabush passed this last week from sepsis brought on by pneumonia. Um, and it's a tremendous loss to the racing world, tremendous loss to local here because he dirt tracked here at one point.
Yeah.
Aww.
His kids dirt tracked out here at one point.
Yeah.
He's a Las Vegas native. Has been very involved with the community, both he and his brother. So that's a tremendous loss to the racing world.
He leaves a wife and 2 young kids.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's always sad when you don't get to live to the ripe old age.
Yep.
So
let's shift our eyes to the failed republic to the west. Because there's a shit ton of things happening in California.
Yes.
one quick sec, I do have to say this. Right now, apparently they're doing a hog sale down at the VFW. Yeah.
Hogan?
No, like, hey, this is you get pulled pork, scoop of rice, a side of beans, and a side of coleslaw for $14. They've been doing it, and the live band starts at 1:30.
Nice.
So I don't know if they still have that going on, but Monday it will be 10 o'clock for their service. They're going to be dedicating new flagpoles.
Sounds good. Okay.
So yeah.
So let's talk failed republic to the west because there's some significant things going on there. And they're all bad.
Some horrendous things.
Some of them are things that happen regularly on the annual, and some of them
Let's
are
start with
crazy.
item number the first. So we talked about the lube in your car having a problem. Well, yesterday, a construction crew in the Port of Los Angeles bucked up, put a hole in a 16-inch oil line.
Really?
Yep. It is spilling a roughly 12,000 barrels of oil a day into the streets of Los Angeles.
Oh, shit.
So
it's enough for a Diddy party.
Yeah. Straight up Diddy party.
Well, it's that much oil.
Yeah. So,
Wrong kind.
And that's going to shut down that oil pipeline for the foreseeable future. Well, and let's remember that that Los Angeles, produces a considerable amount of oil.
Okay.
For export. The Los Angeles Basin. But also, this pipeline is used for importation to offload the ships offshore. Port of Long Beach, Port of Los Angeles.
Oh, so this isn't the tank or whatever that might just explode.
Oh no, that's different.
different.
That's different. I want to talk about that.
I wanted to make sure that it was separate and that our listeners also knew that it was separate.
But
like
that would be really bad if that went and there's oil in this. Oh.
Well, yeah, it's California. California, it's not Texas size. It's sure in hell ain't Alaska size.
No.
But
it is the largest state in the nation.
You do have a lot of people surrounding those areas.
Oh, yes, this is densely populated.
When you have dense population, you have that. One of the things that I have said is surround yourself with persons, not people, because people are idiots.
People are like yeah.
Because they start to get into that group think and they start to freak out. I'm pretty sure that there are people who are trying to collect that 12,000
barrels a day.
They're literally out in the streets trying to scoop it up and be like, look, me, I got some crude. After 55 gallons, I'll sell it back to you. It's
like the Beverly Hillbillies.
Yep. Look, I struck oil. And that construction guy was like, fuck, so did I.
So that's going on. And
what's the number for dig?
811.
811.
Call before you dig. Even out here, call before you dig.
Yes, especially out here. The last thing that you want to be doing is
get a new nickname of Sparky.
Well, Sparky, and then the other thing is that like septic system.
Shitster.
Yeah, Shitster, Sparky. The Electro Necromancer. The thing is that we have a lot of stuff that's buried out here.
We do.
Okay? It's not like
and not all of our bodies.
But it's one of those things where you do not want to be responsible for knocking out all internet for your subdivision or that, and then you also don't want to be responsible for I don't know, flinging poo everywhere.
Who flung poo?
So Big shout out to everyone who works septic systems.
Yeah,
Because
that's a
we
shitty
know
job.
we have a lot in Nye County. So yeah, the factor that you guys do that, although I don't really like the fact that the price of poo has gone up drastically. For you, well, sorry, the price for you to come out to pump poo has come up drastically. I'm just saying that.
You
So.
poo pumper. So that's going on in the Los Angeles basin. Number the second, which is not a tank,
Okay.
is California was heavily involved in the development of nuclear weapons.
Really?
Yes,
Mm-hmm.
particularly in the aerospace industry.
Okay.
Unfortunately, one of the current wildfires burning in Santa Monica area?
Simi Valley.
Simi Valley. Tech sector, Simi Valley. He is currently burning on a facility that is heavily contaminated, and it's a Superfund site.
No, shit.
And guess who's downwind from that bullshit?
I don't know.
We are.
As in Nevada?
As in Pahrump.
Oh.
We are directly downwind from this fire.
I was wondering why it was feeling so cloudy.
It's
Well, I did drive past
Yeah.
one of the farms that was plowing the other
oh,
day,
fair
so
enough. That
I was like, I was like, man, are we having a dust storm? No.
So
A farmer's just doing farmer stuff. Cool.
both the
Hey, Mountain Falls, take note of that.
yeah
A farmer's doing
farmer
farmer stuff
yeah.
Where they already had a farm.
where they already had a farm. Cool.
So the bad news is not only is the stuff bit is burning radioactive, but the dust and the dirt being kicked up in the firefighting effort, because it's not being fought with just regular water. No, it's a wildfire. I see you break out the bulldozers. So all of that radioactive soil, imagine dragons, were radioactive.
Yeah.
And where's that dust going to go? Down fucking wind.
Picture the jet stream.
Damn it. The winds of fate have shifted again.
Yes, we did. So
Well, it just reminds me of the time, or my time spent in South Korea, where if the winds changed, all of a sudden we'd get the smog cloud from China.
China,
Ooh.
it's
And we
huge.
would get warnings about that. Like, hey,
Damn it.
limit your outdoor activity, do this. If you are doing workouts, make sure that you have filtration levels.
Oh, wow.
So that it was that bad. Some would say that it was pretty much the equivalency of, I don't know, stirring a burn pit. So, yeah, it was bad.
That's better.
But they gave us warning. So it's kind of interesting that, have you seen any warning from Nye County
No, nobody.
No.
or anybody else like
Now,
that saying, hey, there's,
Anecdotally,
you know,
as again I have mentioned on the show before, I measure background rads
okay,
as part of my personal preparedness.
okay,
Our background radiation normally runs at about 0.12 microsieverns an hour.
okay,
Very low dosage base background.
okay.
Our current dosage is 1.5 times that.
So we're at
Point-
0.05,
At
0.18
0.18.
would be 1.5 times.
0.18.
0.18
I thought
versus
it said 0.02.
He
no,
said
0.1.
0.12.
Oh,
0.12.
0.12. Okay.
So we're at 0.18, which is a significant increase in our background radiation. Now, it is not dangerous. Please do not panic. I am not sowing panic here. I'm not yelling fire in a crowded theater, but it is a measurable increase
Okay.
in our background radiation. So,
I got it. Write it down. That's a
just go
good
to the
smoke.
band.
That's a good sign, yeah.
Told you, it's great
I
smoke.
know.
It's a great
I,
fucking
like,
smoke.
I literally looked at it and was like, oh shit, because I'm used to talking, smoking,
Yeah,
and then all of a sudden
that's
I
why
was like,
mine went out, because I'm yammering too much.
Ah,
So, and finally, the highly explosive elephant in the room.
okay.
There was a tank. A
Yeah.
large tank,
Uh-huh.
7,000 gallons,
Uh-huh.
of a aerospace plastic hardener, which happens to be extremely reactive.
As in like radioactive, or
No,
as in like,
reactive chemically.
oh, as
Like,
in
is
all of a sudden it's like
It wants to
what is
go.
it? Is it sodium that you throw into water and all
Yes,
that
like
goes-
that. Like that.
Okay.
So,
And then it can skip on top of the water because
Uh-huh.
it's literally trying to jump away from the water?
yes.
Okay.
So
it's
this
like
stuff
those
here,
elements in that column of
I
the,
cannot.
I don't like things that literally like will run away from the initial scene. I don't
Yeah.
like that. Okay.
So I wanna put a shout out to Orange County Fire and the various agencies involved. They're doing a hell of a good job on this. It's a very bad situation. So this shit.
I love the film. The news on that. They were like, we don't know when, but it will happen.
Right.
And when it does, you'll be happy that we told you to be
get
gone.
the heck out.
Right.
I'm like,
So right
who
now
needs
we
to do
have
voiceover work.
60,000 Californians evacuated from their homes over this thing. In the various areas around Garden Grove.
I will have to say, California now can feel some of the pressure that Florida has every hurricane season.
Yeah, speaking of
Oh, yeah.
pressure, there's pressure there.
Oh, shit.
Lots of pressure. This stuff here starts burning at 3 degrees Fahrenheit.
Which were, well,
Right now, the internal temperature of that tank is 90 degrees Fahrenheit and rising. It auto ignites at 800 degrees Fahrenheit, where it'll go boom.
Okay.
But it also goes boom at a concentration of 1.5% in atmosphere.
Wow.
Is its lower edge of stoichiotomy. I love that word, stoichiotomy. So yeah, they're now saying because of this incompetent leaky valve, there are 2 possible outcomes. Outcome number the first, which is the good outcome, is the valve ruptures, nothing catches fire, and we dump 7,000 gallons of a highly toxic chemical into a parking lot, which is lethal at a rate of 4,800 parts per million.
Wow.
that's the good outcome.
That's the good outcome. The bad outcome is it decides to react energetically. Go boom.
Yeah.
The reason why that's bad is this stuff is very energetic, and this particular tank sits in a complex of tanks.
Oh,
There's 4 more around it.
So it's counting little piggies at that point.
Exactly.
Happens.
If that happens, they all go.
I wonder if there'll be another tower that goes that wasn't disturbed.
Yeah. So right now, Orange County Fire, the Orange County Emergency Management, is working on diligently cooling this fucker down, trying to hit it with every bit of water they can hit it with.
Yeah.
To try to A, spark suppress so it doesn't catch fire,
Yeah.
and B, try to keep its energy reactivity as low as possible.
Yeah.
And those guys men and women are out there risking their
ass.
ass.
Wife, if you keep her calm, it'll just release and just okay.
Just look down.
It's not the greatest thing in the world.
It's only going to release 7,000 gallons of highly toxic chemicals.
So
Kinda
not
like-
the greatest thing, in the world, but
That's
at
fine.
least he didn't go full. Okay.
The part that amazes me about this whole thing is there are people that are risking their lives in this
Because I need a new plasma TV.
because I need a TV. I'm gonna go
The
looting.
looters are out in force.
Okay.
Stupidity is rampant.
Yeah,
Okay.
it bad.
It is what it is.
Nothing of value would be lost.
It bad.
It
The
is
good
what it
news is that all resorts in Anaheim are open, as is the resort or the theme park in Buena Park.
Oh, nuts.
All attractions are open.
so they can see the ginormous fireball if it does kick off.
Yes, they're far
Great
enough.
fireworks show.
They're far enough away that they're not in danger.
I had an incident like that while I was overseas. We had
Yeah. Did you eat too much kimchi?
No. I was overseas and a jet, one of its brake lines caught fire,
Ooh,
and
that's
so
not
the
good.
brakes no worky, and then it had a fuel leak that then leaked onto the hot brakes, and so it caught fire, and then just to let you guys know that it's pretty cool. It's like the play putty.
Mm.
C4. That you have to have a unique set of circumstances for it to actually detonate.
Right. It will burn nicely, but
Well, we had some bombs that decided to boil and split their casings. And if you've ever been to any concert where all of a sudden the bass hits and you can feel it in your chest,
Yeah.
Yeah.
feeling those from half the base away, and you're
Yeah.
like, ooh,
That's not
it's
good.
not good. And so, what? Yeah. What was hilarious with that is I just woke up. I was walking over to the designated smoking area, and I walk past a girl, and a girl goes, "Oh my God, they're letting off fireworks for the 4th of July." I look back.
Wow.
I see flare, and I see glitter, which is chaff and flare. And I went over, sat down, and I said, "Do we know about the crew?" And they're like, "We don't know yet. Reserve all jokes until serious matters
Joke
is
completed.
resolved." Once we found out that the crew ran out to the cargo pad rather than to the fire department, and I literally mean this, they went, but
Was PPFRS involved?
in their defense, they ran around the bunker, so at least if anything kicked off,
Right. They had
it
They're
would be
behind.
it was a clear line sight to the fire department. What I don't understand is why the fire department didn't immediately start answering the call because they were in direct line of sight.
PPFRS.
Well, hey, we know the reason why they can't answer the call.
They're too busy on a rekindle?
No. The station that's directly across the street from the fire,
Oh, not, yeah.
it's not fully supported,
not staffed.
or hey, we have the ambulatory services there. We don't, and they're making a run out to Clark
Oh, hang
County.
on. We got more. Amy?
Oh, yes. What? The comments, you want me to read them to you? Because
Yeah,
you don't have
please.
I
glasses?
see them. Chemical taken is in Garden Grove, and oil's in Los
Yep.
Angeles. And then the other one is shut the fuck up about Fight Club. They don't need to know where stuff is buried.
It's a Superfund site, for fuck's sake.
I'm literally saying,
Okay.
Ixnay on the.
Ixnay on the buried 6-foot underlay. Cemeteries is what we're talking about right now. We're talking about cemeteries where they officially bury the bodies.
I know where the bodies are buried.
Then shut the fuck up.
At Chief Tecumseh Cemetery.
Yeah, there you go.
So we have another scary one. Out of New Mexico.
What's going on in New Mexico?
I didn't know anything was going on in New Mexico.
Like, you rarely hear about New Mexico unless Trump literally thinks
No.
it's the New Mexico and tries to do an influence
Rename it.
from them.
Things are breaking bad in New Mexico.
A bunch of Winnebagos are all over the place. Dude, is Burning Man moving out there?
No.
Aw.
So this is a very
I mean, it'd be a start to, like, hey, let's
Yeah.
reset
this
this.
is an
Somewhere outside Santa
interesting
Fe, yeah,
and
that'd be.
concerning call.
Okay.
So medical response to a particular location in New Mexico. 3 fatalities so far from it.
All right.
Okay. Unknown what caused the fatalities. A 4th is teetering and likely to die. 14 first responders now teetering.
Oh, shit.
The first 14 in.
Okay.
Okay. We have no clue why.
Wow.
Or if there's anyone else that's going to be.
Now, the interesting part of that is clearly they have dosed the fuck out of them with Narcan, so it's not an opioid overdose.
Okay.
The question is, what the fuck is it? This comes hot on the heels of a bioweapons lab in California, a bioweapons lab in
Vegas.
And guess what kind of building this was?
Another
An Airbnb.
short-term rental.
Oh, wow.
Ugh.
So they're not talking about what caused this.
Well, I mean, and this is one of those concerning things where you're like, hey, yeah, I want to stay there. If you're like, because I've been to Airbnbs where you don't have access to the garage.
Uh-huh.
You don't have
Fair enough.
access. You don't have full access because there's a closet that's closed and locked off.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I worry about it because, like, when you first buy a home, one of the first things that you're supposed to do is learn where the water shut-off is, learn where the gas shut-off is, and learn where the main breaker is to turn off the electrical thing.
Yep.
if you're staying at an Airbnb, you don't necessarily know, and I mean it seems to be very, 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 very slim chances that they could be running a laboratory of some sort
In the garage.
or in the other area of it, and
Yeah.
you'd be an inadvertent test subject.
Yeah, and I'm currently shopping for an Airbnb in San Diego for a
Man.
vacation, and I'm like, oh,
So I've got one more, because we're up against the hour. I got one more story to talk about today.
Okay, then we talk about the cigar, yeah?
Yeah, then
Okay.
Yeah.
Remember how I predicted only one assassination attempt?
Are you talking about bonus points now because there's been multiple?
Oh, fuck, man. Another one today.
Really?
whoa,
Another one today with an innocent bystander shot.
where was this?
Man with gun opens fire at the White House.
Just
How?
Starts
Did-
popping off shots at the building
wow.
Where was he located?
in the White House.
But the
What?
guy- how did he get?
He didn't get on grounds.
Okay,
He was
that's
on,
my.
on Pennsylvania Avenue
Okay.
shooting at the White House.
That was my
okay.
point. Is where was he shooting from? Yeah.
'Cause I was you said at the White House in
I
the White
thought we
House.
were talking about Trump.
Oh,
There
no,
was
no,
Trump
Oh, I was talking about the shooter.
at the White House.
Yeah.
Yeah, he did. So, he did.
Mm,
Just, and immediately our friends on the left have offered gun training for anybody else who wants to do this.
what?
Yeah.
Uh,
Mission this time, try harder next time.
I'm
Ew.
surprised. Like, I'm honestly surprised. Now, technically, it is the people on the left pushing for gun control, but they're pushing for better gun control. Which is fucked up. Sorry.
Yeah.
It is. They're still pushing for gun control. They're
Just
they're just
Pushing for you to actually
Use
have an
both
accurate
hands.
shot.
for that. I'm like, what the fuck? You're sending mixed messages here. Just letting you know, you're sending mixed messages.
This follows on the heels of the last attempted shooting less than a week ago at the White House, which follows on the heels of the Correspondents' Dinner attempted assassination, which follows on the heel of the before that, and before that, and before that. So, with that in mind, let's talk about a cigar.
Yeah.
Fuck it. Talk about a cigar. What do you think, Jacob?
Very delicious. I'm down to the last 2 inches. In typical fashion, I've gotten that all the oils are coming in, so I'm getting a different flavor. Now, it hasn't burnt out my palate, which
No.
is really
I
good.
told you it was nice and mild.
Oh, yeah. Well, because you know me, I typically smoke Connecticut, so I'm
Mhm.
like, okay.
When I hand you a darker cigar, you
And
get a
I'm
little
like,
worried.
Ooh, dude, like I haven't eaten a full meal yet, so it's kind of worrisome that way. But then all of a sudden I'm like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
So, would I smoke it again? Yeah.
Well,
But-
if you're going to, buy it now. Because there's a limited number of boxes, and what we have at Lowside is the last of them.
Oh wow.
Mm-hmm.
We literally ran through our first 5 boxes within a day and a half, and then we're able to scrape together through connections another 5 boxes.
Okay.
Once they're gone, they gone.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
I hope they come out with this at least for 4th of July every year, or a similar make.
They do have the CAO America,
Okay.
which is a variation on this. It's not the same, but
different.
that is just as good, but does not have. It's not American Puro. It has some Nicaraguan in it.
Okay. Okay.
Illegal Nicaraguan immigrants taking our gerbs. So, Miss Amy,
I'm really enjoying this cigar. This is my 3rd time having this one, so I'm lucky. I can say that it was the hit of our poker game last night.
absolutely, almost everyone was smoking.
Yeah, the majority of the table was smoking one of these.
Yeah, that's the reason why you said hurry up and get down
Yeah.
to Lowside Cigar Lounge.
Oh yeah.
I bought a
if
box.
You're
of
looking
these.
for that.
I bought a box of these. I plan on smoking them on 4th of July.
Yep.
But yeah, come on down to Lowside, pick up your CAO America.
We're also doing on the 4th of July the Great American Barbecue with Perdomo
That's
Cigars.
right. The 4th
Wow.
of July event with Perdomo Cigars, the Great American Barbecue. Come down and redneck it up with us.
There's
Mhm.
gonna be a lot of
burgers,
stuff
dogs,
going on for
and-
the 4th of July around here.
If you're a, customer of the lounge, you get front row seats to the freaking fireworks. They're shooting off in our backyard.
BYOFC. Bring your own
Fire extinguisher.
Yeah.
Fire extinguisher, yes.
So my opinion on this cigar is I love it. I love CAO products. I love the Consigliere. I love the Tony. I love the Soldier. I love the Brasilia, and I love the America.
Mm-hmm.
And I love this cigar. I love it. I would smoke it
Do
every
you love
day.
America?
I love America. I'm proud to be American.
It's not karaoke season.
Oh.
Stop it. Knock it off.
Damn it.
This is
Oh.
a podcast, not karaoke. And that was the owner of Lowside Cigar Lounge saying, hey, if you want to carry a show tune, carry it somewhere else, please.
Notice we're on the WTF actual Facebook page now.
Yay!
Bring everybody's attention. We're on the actual WTF page. Make sure you like, share, and follow. Hit her up our YouTube page. Like, share, and
Yeah.
follow that thing.
You know what was awesome? As soon as we went live on this, guess what I saw?
Mm.
We went live on the Facebook page.
The
Mhm.
notification.
Or
Yeah.
on the YouTube page.
Yeah.
Yes.
So that's awesome. As you guys
Subscribe, hit the bell on YouTube to get the live updates.
Yeah. Please go on YouTube, comment, subscribe, do whatever.
Do the YouTubey thing.
In the words of Charlotte Dover. Subscribe.
we see comments, and if we miss something, please let us know.
Yeah. Yeah. Let us,
If there's something that you would like us to look into, please let us know.
let us know. If
we
you have information for us.
please.
What?
Why have you got 6 prostate exams in the last 3 weeks?
Because somebody
How'd
did.
you find it?
No. Those were reverse. I've taken dumps, dude, and like at that point in time, I could see what was running through my bowels. Okay, I was so happy that it was coming out, not going in. I was just like, yay.
Exit only.
So we appreciate y'all for following the page, getting us up to that 100 followers, and letting us now have a dedicated page to the show.
Mm-hmm.
We'll strive to continue to bring you excellent content. The other thing I wanted to announce, and this is a programming note, just to let you all know, once the primaries wrap, I'm taking a break.
Oh.
I'm taking a week or two off to detox
And go to NASCAR.
and going to NASCAR to detox from information gathering and intel.
I just want to
and
know what they do with all the signs after the election.
Oh.
They go in our landfill.
yeah.
Probably for free because they're politicians.
Ah, see.
I was
Or they
planning to
save them
take
for the
some
next
to the
time they
shooting
run
range.
for office.
Oh yeah,
Anyway,
that would be nice. Because I'm just sitting there and I'm like, you too can provide building materials for the homeless in California. Your sign can become a home for
Could we
someone.
send it to Africa like we do the T-shirts
The
for the losing
t-shirts for the
team?
losing school.
Oh, that's one more thing. One more thing.
What?
One more thing.
Okay.
This guy hadn't panted you enough. Ebola
Oh.
in
Yeah, what's our
the
update?
Congo. Bingo, bango, bongo. There's an Ebola outbreak in the Congo, and it's only going to get worse because the local superstition-y people have raided the treatment center because the treatment center was burning the bodies, and they don't want them to burn the bodies. So they're taking the bodies home. The bodies are highly contaminated with Ebola. There are now 18 patients, alive patients, that are missing and have likely gone home.
Ew.
This is how we start an
Disease
Ebola out.
found in Africa by collecting bodies of the alive and the dead. Yeah, don't do that. Once
So now that we've panicked, y'all, have a great night.
yeah, thanks
Yeah.
for tuning in, fuckers.